Raven. Oh, Raven. Hi. Good morning, my Liebchens. It's your Archeon of Wisdom. And today, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty peeved off. If you follow my Twitter, you know I've been cooking for 2 days now. Ever since Raven Simone decided she was going to platform, the ukulele troll herself, Colleen Ballinger. Now, we'll go over the basics first. Let me just state, I watched this entire filming twice, maybe 2.5 times. But I watched it at least twice. I watched it once live with Adam McIntyre, who is one of her victims. And I watched it on my own as well. Raven has a podcast with her partner, Miranda, or Madej. I'm not quite sure which name they prefer to go by, but Raven and her partner have a show. It's called Tea Time, and it is a regular podcast format. I mean, I assume it's fairly profitable. It seems fairly like people are watching it, I suppose. Now, who is watching it? I could not tell you, but there are people watching it, apparently. I've seen a couple clips before this of their podcast and of Raven appearances just in general. I don't know quite why she always pops up on my feed. I am a career hater. Ever since she made her debut back into the public eye, I have not really been super fond of her, just because I think she is one of the worst advocates for any situation that I've possibly ever seen. I mean, she is such a bad advocate for her communities that she is like an anti-advocate, and we'll go over that, because trust and believe, yes, Raven, I'm coming for you today. That's right. But back to the context. And I encourage you all to go ahead. Go give her your views. Go watch her. Or, I mean, I would prefer that you go watch Adam McIntyre instead. Go give your views to a beautiful human being who actually deserves them, instead of a grubby little money goblin like Raven Simone. But again, we'll move on with it. The reason why I've never been a super fan of her podcast, and I've not really ever purposefully watched anything outside of clips before, is I just, like, she strikes me as one of those unnecessary, like, she says unnecessary things, like, there is no godly reason why I should know all about your sex life with your wife. It's just not, it's giving Jada Pinkett Smith. Like, it's not information that I want to hear, and I don't think it's information that anybody asked for. I mean, so I'm not quite sure why it's offered so freely, but, okay, and I've just never been a fan of her. Like, everything she says when she's given a platform or a voice, I just don't like it. I'm just not a huge fan of it. I think she's had some really awful takes. So, but regardless, she has this podcast with her partner, and they decided to interview Colleen Ballinger, about her cancellation, quote unquote. I really hate that word, cancellation. That's such a, like, whatever. You guys know. So, she did this interview. I think it was, like, almost an hour, maybe 45 minutes, like almost an hour. It's like fairly long, but I don't think anything reasonable was spoken about or said outside of the fact that the only pushback I saw them give Colleen was Raven directly saying, I think everybody wants an apology from you. And basically, like, forcing her to directly say, I'm sorry. Which she says to no one, by the way. She says, like, to the assumed we, to the great we. But who, like, you should be apologizing to Adam, Becky, Oliver. Like, you should be apologizing to those people in your community that you directly hurt. Those children that you directly hurt. But that's my opinion, okay? Clearly not their opinion. So, something I found really interesting while rewatching this, and again, like, I rewatched it, I would say closer to 3 times. I don't think I finished the end of the third viewing because I was just so, like, I was just so pissed off at that point, but regardless, something that I found very interesting is the section where they speak about Jojo Siwa. Now, in this section, they kind of let Colleen, talk a little bit, but then Raven and Miranda, both make very interesting arguments where they claim that they know Jojo Siwa and her family as well, and are very close to her and her family as well. And they make, Miranda makes like a funny little comment, or maybe Raven, one of them makes a funny little comment where they say, oh, there's nothing that there's nothing that Jojo does that her mother doesn't know about. Okay, aside from that being weird, so you're telling me that you know Jojo Siwa and you know Jojo's family. So if Colleen knows Jojo Siwa and Jojo Siwa's family, and her family knows their family, and then your family knows their family, like, that one moment right there kept beating me over the head, and I'm just like, oh, so this is why you're platforming her. This is why she's here. It's a nepotism thing. It's a social circle thing. Yeah, because Jojo Siwa, and this is not unique to Jojo Siwa as a victim either, but sometimes victims are not able to come to terms with their victimhood right away, and they are staunch defenders of their abusers. So you're telling me that Jojo hooked y'all up, y'all's mutual was Jojo Siwa. Interesting. How do you, Raven and Miranda, know Jojo Siwa? And why do you know Jojo Siwa? Because that's very interesting in and of itself. Very, very interesting. Let that sink in. Because let me tell you, muckers, me and you are clocking it. That's right. I'm in your community, mucker. I'm in there. I know. I see. I'm in the comments too. Hey. Anyway, now that we're 10 minutes in, just about, and I have given you a general summary, please go watch Adam McIntyre's videos. Go consume the content. See for yourself. I would love for more people to witness and come to terms with the fact of how wrong platforming this ukulele troll is. But regardless, we're going to talk about Raven right now. Yes, because Raven knows a little bit about controversy. Okay? In the podcast, she mentions how she often counsels her spouse on how to deal with public controversy. I'm not sure what her wife did, But I know what you did, Raven. Yes. Yeah. So let's see. Let's read from the list. We have the Spring Valley student incident where you said that that girl deserved what she got because she should have gotten off her phone. We have the Oprah Winfrey interview that you did where you denounce your claims of being identified as African American or queer, saying that you do not want to identify as either African American or queer. You prefer to identify as just American. Moving on, we have the Rodney Figueroa incident where you defended Figueroa, who was a host on Univision, who got kicked off. And what did he get kicked off for? He got kicked off for calling Michelle Obama a monkey from Planet of the Apes. But you defended him, didn't you? Interesting. Let's think about... Oh, you also said that, you agreed with the fact that you wouldn't hire somebody with a quote-unquote ghetto name like... What was it you said? Watermelon Drea? Interesting. Very interesting, Raven. Great work you've done for your communities. You also say, confusingly enough, you also said that you would prefer Rosa Parks or Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill, because it's quote-unquote more progressive and with the times. What does that mean, Raven? Because you don't identify with queer culture and you don't identify with your heritage culture of being African American. You don't identify as being black. You identify as American, right? So what would you know about the culture? What would you know about the culture? Watermelon Drea. That is so absurdly racist. And I don't care that you apologize for it. Like, I don't care. It's more than just a crass comment, girl. Like, you do more than just accidentally opening your mouth. You hurt your communities. Raven. So you would know a lot about controversy, wouldn't you? All of this culminated in you getting kicked off The View. You being fired. I mean, allegedly. That's just my opinion. But it seems quite clear that if somebody is causing the show controversy every single day, every single week, when does The View come on? Like 10 a.m.? Dang, girl, it's 10 a.m. and you're talking about Watermelon Drea. Calm down. You don't identify with your ethnicity because you're racist, it seems. But again, that's just my opinion. Allegedly. I'm gonna leave y'all with that. That's my opinion. All statements are allegedly. I can't speak. Wow, I'm so mad. I'm so angry. I'm gonna go. I love you all. Drink water. Don't be crusty. Be kind to animals. Go hug your mom, your dad, your cousins, sisters, brothers, aunties, uncles. Like, go hug your cat, your dog, your turtle, your fish. I don't give a fuck. This situation makes me so mad. I love Adam McIntyre, Oliver, Becky, everyone. I send you love and support. That's it. Goodbye.